Hello guys, welcome back. Ohayo gozaimasu. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, update here on Intel Corporation, ticker INTC. Yeah, guys, I'm talking about this ticker here since a couple of months on my channel because I am very bullish on Intel. This is one of my stocks which is in my long invest portfolio. Usually I do here just swing trades and short squeeze trades. This is one of my missions here to predict short squeezes, but of course I give you now here my full chart analysis on Intel and why we could see here $10 or even new all-time highs. As I said, I am bullish on the stock, but we have to always see both sides of the potential scenario here in the chart, and everything what I say here is of course based on the technicals and not financial advice. Yeah guys, when we see here the history of Intel, we had our peak here in the year 2000. That was the time when Intel traded here at $75. Then between the year 2000 and 2008-9 here, the so-called market crash, financial crash, you can see that Intel came down here 83%. And yeah, guys, from that we recovered here, and then we almost created new all-time highs. The highest point which we could achieve was $69. However, when you see this complete price move here from Intel, that was a price run up of 470%, which is incredible, guys. And I think, yeah, Intel has the potential to make new all-time highs. Of course, it's a slow moving stock. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You will not see here a straight line to the upside. But I usually, as I said, trade these kinds of stocks. So while I'm recording this video, one of my Patreon swing trade alerts is squeezing 122% just 2 days after, or even 1 day after I released it on Patreon. This ticker started to squeeze. This is of course good, but we had much bigger squeezes here in the past days. Here 10th of February, also one of my Patreon swing trade alerts squeezed 709% in 3 trading days, guys. Yeah, this is what I usually try to do. I try to predict short squeezes here, and just a few days before we had this squeeze here from 797%. This is no fake, guys, no joke. I posted that on Patreon here for my members. You can see this ticker started to trade sideways and then had finally its breakout. It's very it's possible to predict short squeezes if you understand how the market situation metrics in a chart works. That's why I say Intel has the potential to make new all-time highs. But if you also want to see these more volatile stocks, my finest selection of short squeeze stocks, then you can of course join in here our Patreon, guys. The full package membership is the most popular membership which I have. Every day new members joining in, you get a lot of benefits here, guys. And when you click the info card in the corner, you get access to this Patreon member link. So Intel, guys, before we talk here about the chart details, I will enable my drawings of course for you in a second. We just can see, this is here TradingView, guys. We can see it looks a little bit like a double top pattern, but usually when you have this kind of double top pattern, or even, I would not call it a Wycroft distribution pattern, but it looks a little bit similar, to be honest. But then therefore to confirm that we need a higher high, Intel didn't build that. That's why I think, guys, the market makers just accumulating once more their positions, and before we see here the next rip. And what we can see before we enable here drawings, we can see that we have a very strong support here somewhere in the $17 range here. Between $17 and $18 is a very strong support, and the last point of support, or the shakeout price levels, is here $13 and $12. That's why I think, guys, if the market makers really wants to make you believe that this stock has no future anymore, guys, $104 billion market capital. So what we are talking about here. But I just say they create these drama, these shakeouts, to make you believe this is not a good investment anymore. And then you see these kind of squeezes here. Same like here, massive reaction, massive response. Same here, massive squeeze. And that could of course happen here very soon again. So enough talking. Let's now enable here the drawings, and then you understand what I'm talking about. So usually Intel is here in a strong uptrend, and this strong uptrend is confirmed or supported by this yellow trend line, which is crossing the chart here. Every time when we hit this trend line, we see here a technical reaction. The market makers create these kind of shakeouts. This is exactly what I mean. The financial crisis here, they make you believe, don't invest in stocks, dangerous, blah blah blah, guys. And then you can see the result is a 400% price increase. Then you can see how we bounced back here from this trend line. Again, one support. Then we created here this highest point, $69 here. That was, by the way, 2019 and 2021. The whole market started to sell off in November 2021. From November 2021, the bear market has been initiated here, and Intel already started to sell off here in April 2021. Then again, as I said, we came back to this algo trend line here, fake out below, retested once, twice, 3 times, boom. And then you can see that Intel recovered from this kind of shakeout again with a 108% move. So it is quite volatile, even it takes a little bit more time because we are watching here Intel now in the weekly chart, and one candle is the price action of 1 week. So guys, my trading strategy, by the way, if you want to also understand how the algos work, or if you want to duplicate here my chart drawings, this is everything based on TradingView, what you see here. This is the program what I use for all my videos and for all my trades. I can highly recommend that if you want to really learn trading, understand how trading algos work, you need to invest time in yourself, guys. Please educate yourself how trading algos work, what are chart patterns and so on. And then of course you need a good chart program that you can draw your or visualize what you see or what you want to see, what you want to follow up. That's why I always recommend here TradingView, guys. This is the program what I'm using as well. And you can get here a $15 discount link on the premium tier. When you click the info card in the corner, you get access here to my TradingView discount link. So guys, let's now check here the charts. So we know that the algos are waiting here somewhere in the $33 range. So every price below that is usually a dip, right? Yes, in my opinion, yes. Yeah, it's not financial advice, but this is what I expect. And now we can see that Fintel came very, very close to my algo demand zone, which I calculated here based on some chart patterns here and chart lines. This is what I calculated. We still see here a technical reaction, so even a stock like Intel can have some volatility. Here you can see this week, yeah, we had a price run up of almost 31%, and 2 weeks 31%, and we could still go a little bit higher. That is not in coincidence. So when we switch here to the daily chart, we know that Intel gapped down here below this liquidity zone. So usually the buying algos are already waiting here. This trend line is supporting the price. Then we have this algo zone here. And as I said, for me personally, a final shakeout could be here below $16, guys, as soon as we come back here to this trend line here to the bottom of the trend channel, guys. This is where I will buy heavily Intel, not financial advice. This is what I do in my personal trading strategy. But we can already, it's possible that the bottom is already in here at $18. The market makers, of course, know that here a lot of algos are waiting to buy the dip, and that's why they try to create the price here before the algos step in and shoot the price to the upside. They want to accumulate their positions before. So we have one open gap here at $28.92. So if Intel starts to come high and close this gap, that was just a necessary move what needs to happen, because when I show you now here the drawings, without the drawings, my indicators, then you can see we have here a lot of open gaps for Intel, $28.89, $32.83, $39 and so on. And when we zoom out, then we can see that we even have here some open gap at $73. Yeah, this is here from the previous years, but just because this gap is now an older gap, that doesn't mean that the algos don't have to fill these gaps. I can show you charts where those gaps get filled after 20-25 years. This is no problem. Usually Intel starts to close these gaps. So one example is just here. We had an open gap in the year 2000 here at $40, year 2000, guys. Yeah, $40, and then you can see here in 2017, 17 years later, we finally closed this gap marked by this green box here in the chart, guys. That's why I say this is a very high potential that will happen, and that Intel has the chance to go higher here and close all these gaps, and even of course create new all-time high. You can also check out my Tesla video where I predicted the same when Tesla dropped down to $100, and then we had new all-time highs this year over $480. So guys, but as I said, yeah, we also have the flip coin. We also have open down gaps to the downside, and you can see here in the daily chart there is one open gap waiting at $22.56, and we have even lower gaps at $18. That's why I say, you know, you cannot know what the market makers do, but if I would be a market maker, I would create these kind of shakeout here, maybe even below $16. Yeah, I would close these gaps here, create this shakeout, and then I would finally accumulate my position and that would bring us here a new run, in my opinion, here for Intel, and could of course bring in future new all-time highs. Very interesting, so keep that in mind. We have now here a temporary support at around $18-19. Here is a strong support. My personal algo demand zone is $18.10 to $16.20, and this is what I want to see. If we get rejected here, if we start to close these gaps or even go over this liquidity zone, I never recommend to FOMO into stocks, but for Intel, if Intel finds support here on the top line of this yellow trend line here, which is now trading here around $33, that could be of course also a point to enter your long positions for the future, guys. Of course, this is not a quick short squeeze swing play like our TradingView or our Patreon stocks, which we have here every week. Okay, guys, that was the update on Intel. I hope that was helpful for you. I wish you nothing but the best. If you don't want to miss any updates, guys, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. I appreciate your support. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Arigato gozaimasu. Vielen Dank. Alles Gute. Bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.